The day the world changed forever in retail wasn't with a flashy new computer, but with a simple pack of chewing gum and a laser beam. Every day, billions of them are scanned. Those seemingly mundane black and white stripes on everything you buy. We barely notice them, but they're perhaps one of the most transformative, yet unsung inventions of the modern era. Before this unassuming pattern, our world was a very different place. A place of retail chaos, manual errors, and agonizingly slow queues. This isn't just the story of a symbol, it's the story of a revolution. But how did we get from pricing every single item by hand to a global system that instantly identifies nearly everything? Our story begins in the late 1940s. Supermarkets were booming, but they were also a logistical nightmare. Imagine trying to keep track of thousands of different products, each needing a price sticker, all needing to be counted by hand for inventory. It was a recipe for inefficiency, costing stores millions. In 1948, a desperate grocery chain owner approached Drexel Institute of Technology, pleading for a way to automatically read product information. Two brilliant graduate students, Norman Joseph Woodland and Bernard Silver, overheard this plea, and it sparked an idea. Woodland, a former Boy Scout, remembered learning Morse Code. One day, drawing dots and dashes in the sand on a Miami beach, a lightning bolt struck him. What if you stretched those dots and dashes into thin and thick lines? Lines that a machine could read. This led to their first patent in 1952. Curious circular bullseye pattern that could be scanned from any direction. It was genius in theory, but incredibly impractical to print and scan with the technology of the time. They had the dream, but the world wasn't quite ready for it. So, the concept was there, a glimmer of a solution. But how did these visionary lines, born on a beach and struggling with early technology, go from an impractical dream to the ubiquitous symbol we know today? The path of invention is rarely linear. For years, Woodland and Silver's patents gathered dust, seen as too futuristic. But the concept of automatic identification wouldn't die. Fast forward to the 1960s, and an unexpected industry became the barcode's first major proving ground: the railroads. Enter David J. Collins at Sylvania. He developed the CarTrack automatic car identification system in 1967. This wasn't black and white lines, but large, colorful blue and orange reflective stripes slapped onto the sides of freight cars. Trackside scanners would read them as trains rumbled by, tracking inventory for the vast North American rail network. By 1975, an astounding 90% of U.S. rail cars were fitted with these labels. This was it. The barcode was conquering the world, freight trains. But despite this massive rollout, CarTrack faced a critical flaw: dirt. The labels easily became obscured, making read rates abysmal. The system was eventually abandoned, a costly lesson learned. The barcode had taken its first major step, but also faced a spectacular failure. If the railroads couldn't make it work, what hope was there for the messy, fast-paced world of the supermarket? And how would a former IBM engineer turn this near failure into a global success story? The dream of automating supermarket checkouts remained the ultimate prize. In the early 1970s, the race was on. Several companies vied to create the winning design, but the biggest battle brewed between RCA, who had acquired Woodland and Silver's original bullseye patent, and IBM, who had coincidentally hired none other than Norman Joseph Woodland himself. While RCA pushed their familiar bullseye, IBM's engineer George Laurer championed a rectangular, linear design, the Universal Product Code, or UPC, we recognize today. The debate was fierce. The bullseye had the advantage of being scannable from any direction. The linear code required more precise orientation for the scanner. But a crucial detail shifted the tide: printing. The circular bullseye was notoriously difficult to print consistently without smudges that rendered it unreadable. The linear UPC, with its straight lines, was far more forgiving for mass production. It was a technical knockout. Simple straight lines were about to win the war for your shopping cart. The stage was set, technology was refined. But even with a superior design, could anyone truly convince an entire industry to adopt this radical new system? The retail world was about to witness a moment that would change everything, starting with a very unlikely item. The day was June 26, 1974. The place was a Marsh supermarket in Troy, Ohio. It was an unassuming morning, but it would become historic. A shopper named Clyde Dawson picked up a 10-pack of Wrigley's Juicy Fruit chewing gum. The cashier, Sharon Buchanan, then slid it over a new experimental scanner. Beep! The very first retail UPC barcode scan had just occurred. That humble pack of gum, now famously preserved in the Smithsonian Museum, marked the true birth of the barcode era. It was a quiet revolution that few noticed at the time, yet its implications were immediate and profound. The barcode was no longer just an idea or a failed experiment. It was a reality. But how quickly would this seemingly small innovation spread? And what kind of global impact would those humble lines truly have on every aspect of our lives? The spread wasn't instant, but it was relentless. Within a decade, barcodes transformed retail. Suddenly, inventory could be managed with unprecedented accuracy. Checkout times plummeted. Pricing errors became rare. Supply chain, once a tangled mess, became a finely tuned machine, able to track products from factory to shelf with incredible precision. But the barcode didn't stop at the grocery store. It's simple. Effective logic quickly jumped to every sector imaginable: hospitals tracking medication and patient records, libraries managing millions of books, manufacturing ensuring quality control, logistics companies tracking every package everywhere, and eventually evolving into two-dimensional versions like the QR code, which started in the automotive industry and now links us instantly to websites, menus, and tickets with a simple phone scan. From a humble drawing in the sand to the omnipresent guardian of our goods, the barcode proved that sometimes the most world-changing ideas are found in the simplest patterns. The history of the barcode is a powerful testament to how seemingly simple inventions can have massive global impacts. It's a reminder that true innovation often lies not in dazzling complexity, but in elegant solutions to everyday problems. It took decades of dreaming, struggling, and refining. But those little black and white stripes eventually streamlined an entire planet. They solved a supermarket's inventory headache and ended up revolutionizing how we buy, sell, track, and interact with virtually everything. The next time you hear that familiar beep, remember the surprising story of the barcode. What do you think was the most surprising aspect of the barcode's history? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden history of the barcode, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more surprising historical explorations. Thanks for watching.